In 1907, Mrs. R.F. Herrick told the tale of the Black Dog of the Blue Ridge in the Journal of American Folklore. She wrote, "In Botetourt County, Virginia, there's a pass that was much traveled by people going to Bedford County and by visitors to mineral springs in the vicinity. In the year 1683, the report was spread that at the wildest part of the trail in this pass there appeared at sunset a great black dog who, with majestic tread, walked in a listening attitude about 200 feet and then turned and walked back. Thus he passed back and forth like a sentinel on guard, always appearing at sunset to keep his nightly vigil and disappearing again at dawn. And so the whispering went with bated breath from one to another until it had traveled from one end of the state to the other. Parties of young cavaliers were made up to watch for the black dog. Many saw him. Some believed him to be a veritable dog sent by some master to watch. Others believed him to be a witch dog. A party decided to go through the pass at night, well armed, to see if the dog would molest them. Choosing a night when the moon was full, they mounted good horses and sallied forth. Each saw a great dog larger than they had ever seen. Clapping spurs to their horses, they rode forward, but they had not calculated on the fear of their steeds. When they approached the dog, the horses snorted with fear and, in spite of the whip, spur, and rein, gave him a wide berth as he marched on as serenely as if no one were near. The party was unable to force their horses to take the pass again until after daylight. Then they were laughed at by their comrades, to whom they told their experiences. They decided to lie in ambush, kill the dog, and bring in his hide. The next night found the young men hidden behind rocks and bushes with guns in hand. As the last ray of sunlight kissed the highest peak of the Blue Ridge, the black dog appeared at the lower end of his walk and came majestically toward them. When he came opposite, every gun cracked. When the smoke cleared away, the great dog was turning at the end of his walk, seemingly unconscious of the presence of the hunters. Again and again they fired, and still the dog walked his beat, and fear caught the hearts of the hunters, and they fled wildly away to their companions, and the black dog held the pass at night unmolested. Time passed, and year after year went by, until 7 years had come and gone, when a beautiful woman came over from the old country trying to find her husband, who 8 years before had come to make a home for her in the new land. She traced him to Bedford County, and from there all trace of him was lost. Many remembered the tall, handsome man and his dog. Then there came to her ear the tale of the vigil of the great dog of the mountain pass, and she pleaded with the people to take her to see him, saying that if it were her husband's dog, he would know her. A party was made up, and before night they arrived at the gap. The lady dismounted and walked to the place where the nightly watch was kept. As the shadows grew long, the party fell back on the trail, leaving the lady alone, and as the sun sank into its purple bed of splendor, the great dog appeared. Walking to the lady, he laid his great head in her lap for a moment. Then, turning, he walked a short way from the trail, looking back to see if she was following. He led her until he paused by a large rock, where he gently scratched at the ground, gave a long, low wail, and disappeared. The lady called the party to her and asked them to dig. As they had no implements, and she refused to leave, one of them rode back for help. When they dug below the surface, they found the skeleton of a man and the hair and bones of a great dog. They found a seal ring on the hand of the man and a heraldic embroidery in silk that the wife recognized. She removed the bones for proper burial and returned to her old home. It was never known who killed the man, but from that time to this, the great dog, having finished his faithful work, has never appeared again.